welcome to Tapping Magic. We're in the MR200 today. I thought we'd do an overview of what goes on in this Mountune Fiesta. Now, just run through the specs. I think I better start there. Well, we've got more mods than you can shake a stick at really on this. The MR200 as a package alone, that's just basically a Remap Inlet, which is the big thing. That's what separates the 185s from the MR200s, the alloy inlet. It's got a 60mm throttle body on it, and we've got just other little bits and bobs added on for, well, this car was going to be built up to be a track car, so we've got KW variant 1s, not loads of adjustability, but they're good for the road and they don't ruin too much of the ride. You know, you're not hopping and jumping everywhere like a breakdown size, just, you know, at least you've got decent ride to settle with. But the main thing is just the way this thing pulls. Built mainly for the country roads around here. Developed not too far from here, and the suspension geometry has been taken into account for the roads around this area. Really, with this car, it's all about the corners. You know, you're not going to have that much fun on the drag strip, to be honest. I think you'd have more fun at a Librarians Club, to be honest. But when you introduce some corners, that's when she really comes out. Brakes wise, we've got ST 170 upgrade. It's not loads different, but you get slightly bigger rotors, and that really is alright in itself. But when you're really pushing the car, considering the car used to be about 160 or 155 horsepower, that was fine for that, but not now that it's running the power it's running. I mean, 50 brake doesn't sound like a lot in tuning world, but it is when you put it down on the road. Now, really, what you would be going for is a set of K Sports, you know, 8 pots or Tarex, but it's just the cost. But at the end of the day, something I never skimp on is definitely tyres and brakes. I mean, they're the only things that are going to try and stop you from having an accident. So if you're going to spend the money, you might as well spend it there. It's a good little gearbox as well. It's got an IB5 as standard. It's got quite a bit of character. I used to have an MG-ZR, and funny enough, that had the same gearbox. But instead of like 105 horsepower, we're now running, well, excess of 200 horsepower through the same box. Now, there's I think what you could really do with it is definitely limited slip diff. It's a shame Mountune didn't add that into the MR200. Hello bikers. Into the package really, that would have been ideal just to keep on track. Just done a track day recently, and that's something, it's really knackering the performance of the car. So ideally that would be the next job. But first I think brakes would be good. Federo DS 2500s, I believe, are meant to be really good, so I might try those first before I upgrade the calipers and the rotors. Tyres spec, we're going for Yoko Prada 2s, Spec 2s that is. They're great. Honestly, the wear is great. They don't burn out after 20 minutes of track time. They're actually pretty good in the wet, believe it or not, just at least you're not stupid. This time I am. And I think, to be honest, you know, I like to really push them to the limit, but I'm always surprised at how well they do. Especially in the dry as well. They have just got some astonishing grip for like a street tyre, and I mean only like a, well, I'm not sure what compound they are, but something like medium compound, medium to hard, shall we say. You know, nothing aggressive, and they do fantastically well. Nice Mountune exhaust there, some nice popping and crackling from the Rich ECU setup we've got at the minute. You can obviously make the car a bit economical. The car is actually running, oh, let's have a look, it's not good, 31, but that's me driving like I've stolen the car half the time. May need to outrun on the Civics. Yeah, so we've got a decent package here to, you know, to play around with. No euphemisms intended, of course. I think really, you know, just the suspension overall, that's pretty good for street use. You know, if you're going to use it for a bit of track, that's fine. If you're always tracking every month, I would definitely say upgrade to something. Maybe the version or variant 3s. You know, something with remote reservoir and more adjustability. But as a street car, this works fine. So that's the KW variant 1. So we've got on this. Obviously, we've got some negative camber set up on this as well, about 1.5 degrees, maybe 1 degree on the front. Yeah, so for actually, you know, MPG wise, I don't drive it like that all the time. I wouldn't have a car by the end of the day. But I think, you know, just doing short runs as well. 31 miles per gallon in a realistic test. None of this laboratory that they come out with. Don't want any of that. You want realistic figures. So I drive with a bit of spirit, let's say. So that's about 31 miles per gallon, which I think is pretty good. We just actually gone to Nürburgring not too long ago, and that was about 600 miles there, and it was obtaining something about 41 to 42 miles per gallon. That's for a 200 horsepower hot hatch. Well, there you have it, the MR200 there, perfect for daily driving as well as track daying. Also can achieve some amazing MPG figures considering the car has an extra 55 horsepower than it was from standard. Overall, I think this car is fantastic all-rounder, to be honest, and especially with the extra modifications that have been bolted on, just makes it even better. That's all from Tapping Magic for today. Hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah.